Welcome to the PhoneArena video review of the Samsung Epic 4G. The 4G is the second device to run over Sprint's WiMAX network. The first, of course, being the Evo 4G, released at the beginning of June. There are a few key differences between the Evo and the Epic. First off is the display. Where the Evo used a 4.3-inch TFT display, the Epic has a 4-inch Super Amoled display. As you can see, this display is bright, vibrant, and crisp. As we move the phone around, the viewing angle is very good. Yes, at the extreme edges, we do get some distortion, but this is the best display we've ever seen on a phone. We have seen this display earlier, however. As this is a Galaxy S phone, the Samsung Vibrant as well as the Captivate both use this display, as will Verizon's upcoming Fascinate. It still doesn't take away from how great it is, though. Blacks are very black, colors are very rich and very saturated. It's truly like holding a plasma in your hand. Another key differentiation is the hardware QWERTY keyboard. We had some different feelings on this. As you can see, the keys are nice and large, and they are pretty well spaced. We're not sure if you can hear that, but there's a definite click when we touch these keys. However, there's no feel to them. They're very slick, which means you don't really know exactly where you are as you're typing. This definitely hurt the speed of our typing, although our accuracy remained very high, thanks to the good spacing, good size, and good overall design of the keyboard. We wish Samsung had put a little bit of gumminess to it. We've even seen low-end devices, such as their Seek, with better feeling keyboards than this. The back of the phone offers a 5-megapixel camera with a LED flash. At the bottom sits a single speaker on the phone. As we said, it is a Galaxy S phone, like the variants we're going to see from all the other carriers. However, this is going to be the only one that has the full QWERTY keyboard. All the other ones are touchscreen only. In our mind, this is a very key differentiator between the devices, and something that Sprint has going for them. Not only do they have the better designed Galaxy S phone, but they also have the only one with 4G capability. Of course, the QWERTY and the display aren't the only things that Samsung has over the Evo. One of the other things is the fact that this is an all-share compatible device, which means it plays nicely with DLNA compliant devices. For those of you not hip to that, what that means is we can stream media from our PC directly to the phone, or we can play pictures and videos on the phone to a TV that's compliant with the standard. It also has Samsung's Media Hub, which unfortunately is not available at this time. It should be available before launch, however, which is August 31st. Through the Media Hub, users will be able to download and rent videos, both TV shows and movies, directly from their device. One of the things we're not crazy about with the Epic is the fact that it runs Samsung's TouchWiz 3.0 interface. It's got some nice things to it, such as 7 home screens and a few custom widgets. However, it's largely unnecessary. The feeds and updates integrates your different social networking sites, like Twitter and Facebook. The Buddies Now application allows you to set your favorite users and quickly call or text message them. However, both of these widgets take up a full screen, and they don't offer a whole lot. Users can simply use the Facebook or Twitter feeds or other people widgets in the marketplace and get a little bit more functionality out of them. The other thing we're not crazy about is the fact that these icons down here are docked. You can't change them, even though you can on a few other devices. The applications menu has been reworked a bit. We now have pages instead of scrolling up and down through everything. This is nice in theory. However, beyond the preloaded device items, everything you download after that just shows up in order. It doesn't all go alphabetically like we would expect. This can make it a little bit harder to find icons when you're looking through them. At this point, we're of the feeling that Android can stand well on its own 2 feet. HTC Sense still offers a lot of nice customizations, but so far it's the only Android skin worth anything. If these skins are going to cause update delays, then we'd rather not see them at all, especially when they don't really provide much functionality. One of the few things we do like is the fact that on the drop-down drawer, we can quickly toggle Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 4G, and GPS. Of course, with such a gorgeous display, the Epic 4G is a multimedia device. Here, let's load the gallery, which we'll see is just going to be your standard Android 2.1 and above gallery. It's got the cool 3D animations, and it follows us quite quickly. We had no problem playing any of our test files. We use Xvid, MPEG-4, H.264, and DivX, and encode our files up to 720p. Most phones can't play all of these, but the Epic had no issues. Let's load a Monsters vs. Alien trailer here, just to see how good it looks on the screen. As you can see, there's no stuttering, no hiccups. Playback is smooth, there's no choppiness, and everything looks fantastic on the Super Amoled display. On-screen controls are very basic. As you can see, it is outputting in 5.1. However, with the single speaker on the back, we're of course only getting one output. If you hook it up to DLNA devices, you will have that full 5.1 if the speakers support it. Web browsing is also very good on the Epic 4G. There's nothing really different than other browsers. You do have the stock Android browser. However, we prefer the Dolphin browser, which is what we've set our default to be. As you can see, we have our web page loaded here. The accelerometer works quickly. It does support pinch to zoom, as well as the double tap to format. With such a large screen, much like the Evo, everything is just a lot easier to use. The full keyboard will make emailing and typing blogs and posting to forums much better. It's a very capable device, and despite the fact that Sprint will definitely market this to business people because of the keyboard, it'll also find a home in many younger people's pocket because of the multimedia prowess. All in all, we like a lot of things about the Epic 4G. It serves as a perfect complementary device to the touchscreen Evo with its physical keyboard and Super AMOLED display. This is definitely a multimedia powerhouse, especially once Samsung's Media Hub service is up and running. Like we said, the QWERTY could use a little bit of tactile feel, but we got a little bit better as we've used it throughout the week. The results from the camera, which also records 720p video, was very good. It may not be an 8 megapixel camera like the Evo has, however, it can stand up to it and sometimes even take better pictures. The biggest thing the Epic has going against it is the fact that it's $250 as opposed to the $200 Sprint is asking for the Evo. $200 seems the magic price right now for high-end smartphones, and it'll be interesting to see how well the Epic sells, or if the price drops to match that. Still, given the better battery life, better screen, and the hardware keyboard, we think many users will be quite willing to pay $250 for this, and honestly, it's very worth it.